Stop! What? Wow.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I'm able to use Xbox, PlayStation, and I think it works with like Wii controllers and things like that. Basically really any controller. I'm going to show you guys how to basically use that on a Nintendo Switch. So it's basically, how I do it is with an adapter. I'll be showing you guys in this video kind of how you connect it, and I'll also leave a link. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can get the adapter. It's on Amazon. So the adapter itself, if I get it right now, I got two of them, but if I get the two of them right now, guys, it works in the handheld mode, but it also works in the dock. But this is what the adapter looks like. So it's called the 8-bit adapter. Now, if you guys didn't know, a few years ago I also had one, and it was for my Nintendo Switch 1. But this, like right now, I have a Nintendo Switch 2, so which I actually got. I think 2 or something weeks ago I got. But anyway, I got a Nintendo Switch 2, so I got this the new kind of adapter for that. So it's the same like brand and stuff, but it's just a new version of the adapter. So like I have two of them. Like if I just get the other one, like I have two of them, and they both work at the same time. But you need like a male to female like adapter to basically use it on the handheld mode, because obviously you can only connect it via USB-C to the console. So I have this adapter that lets me plug the USB kind of into the the kind of female port here, and then it has the male USB-C kind of aimed as well. And that's I have two of these ones. So these are only one kind of separate, they're kind of set, individual ones. I have two of them, but I also have one where it has two like female kind of to male points, I guess, if that makes sense. So I have one that lets you use two adapters at the same time. So I'm going to show you guys now kind of how how it works, and yeah, so let's get into it. So here I have my Switch 2, I have my Xbox wireless controller right here, and I have my DualSense right here. So I'm going to move these, but these are just the individual like OTG cables, and this is only if I'm using one controller at a time, because each adapter only lets you use one controller. So that's why you will need, if you want to have two controllers at the same time connected to your Switch, you will need two adapter, or like you will need an adapter that allows you to use two at the same time, and you'll also need two adapters separately. But yeah, I think it's worth it anyway. But if you want to use one at a time, you can just use one of these like OTG cables and they work fine. But this is for handheld mode. You can use it in the dock. I have it over there, and I have all my other consoles there as well. But you can put it into the USB port on the dock, and that'll work too. But the main one that I like is the handheld mode or whatever, because I find it more fun. I don't know, I find it being in the dock, it just doesn't feel the same, using a controller on the TV. I find it more fun having like the adapter into the other adapter, and then using it on the console and handheld. But it is possible on the dock, obviously, in the USB port while the console is docked. So that's also an option. You can do that. I might make another video showing that, or it might be part of this video. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how long the video is, but I might also show that as well. So that might be something you might see as well. But at the moment I'm just going to show it in the handheld mode. So you'll see that I have the two adapters. So this one is connected to so if I disconnect this really quick, 1 second guys, you'll see that it's connected to this like female adapter right here, and then that's going to the console via USB-C male, and then it's the same on this side. It's this adapter into the, the USB kind of port here. That's how you do it. So before I get started, you will have to enable a setting on your console because they don't work right away. I don't exactly know why, but it's just probably due to it, I don't know exactly, but it's something to do with like USB connectivity and stuff like that. But anyway, if you go down here to controllers and accessories, so you go down here, you'll see controllers and accessories. So if you go in here and you go down, you'll see this option here that says Pro Controller Wired Communication. You have to put this on, otherwise the controllers will sync to the adapter, but the console, you won't be able to actually like use the controllers, like they won't control anything. So for example, if I put on my Xbox controller, it should be already connected. Yes, so you'll see that the light will stabilize while the other one is flashing because I don't have the controller, the DualSense on. You'll see that the adapter stabilizes and you'll see my controller is on. So I have them synced already, but obviously you would have to sync them. So if you want to sync them when you're doing it for the first time, all you do on the, let's say the Xbox controller, is this: you hold down the sync button. You'll see the controller starts to sync, and you'll see this here flashing. So what you do on this is there's like a little button here. You have to press that down, and you'll see that flashing as well. And then once you do that, after a few seconds, the controller will vibrate, and you'll see that both of them are now synced. So the light will stabilize, and then the controller will be synced. So you'll see that if I now move the stick, you'll see that it's controlling the console. But I'm just going to move my DualSense for a second because I want to show you guys a little bit closer. 1 sec. Right, there we go. So you'll see that the controller is now controlling like the console. So if I go down here and disable this, so if I press A, you'll see that now the controller doesn't work anymore, right? So you have to have this setting on at all times when you're using the adapter. So that's just one thing, and it doesn't really do anything, it just allows it to work. So keep that on. And now you'll see that while it's not working right now, to make it work, all you need to do is resync it. So on this, hold down the button on the side. Then on your controller, you'll see that it might turn off. All you need to do is turn it on. And you may have to sync it, but you might not have to sync it again. It'll just connect. And you'll now see that it works again. So that's how you do that. I also recommend putting on this setting where it says swap A and B, because if you didn't know, on the Switch, A and B is different to how it is on an Xbox controller. So B is on the bottom where A would be, and then A is where B would be. So I recommend putting that on because it makes it so instead of pressing B to to enter stuff, it's basically the normal way. The only thing is Y and X are Y and X are swapped. So Y is actually X on Switch, and then X is Y. The only thing that you'll face is that. But besides that, A and B would be the same once you put on that setting. So all you have to do is go in here. You'll see that it shows up as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. That's just basically it tricking. The adapter just tricks it into thinking that this is a Pro controller, even though it's not. So you'll see that it's here. All you need to do is press this button here on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and then it'll basically work like a normal controller. You'll be able to press B, A, and all of that, and it'll do kind of what it's supposed to do. So I'll also show you with the DualSense. So if I get this, it does work with DualShock 4s, Xbox One wireless controllers, and I think it works with Wii controllers as well. So I think Wii Motes, Wii Pro controllers, and a few more controllers. I don't think it works with a PS3 controller because I have tried it and it doesn't seem to work. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure. I have tried it and I don't think it works, so I'm not sure. But these ones will, and most kind of new controllers will anyway. But I don't think the PS3 controller works. And of course, the Xbox 360 controller doesn't work. obviously the Xbox 360 doesn't have Bluetooth. It uses like a wireless kind of receiver thing. It's not Bluetooth, so that won't work anyway. But I think there's other adapters you can get that are like wired, and you can use wired controllers and stuff. But I like these 8-bit adapters, so I got these ones. But you guys can research and see yourself. But enough talking anyway. I'm just gonna show you. So if I turn on my DualSense, I have it already synced because I was doing this a while ago. But yeah, you'll see that this now works on the Switch. And then the same thing for this. I have the setting where pressing X will go enter stuff, and then pressing circle will exit stuff. So if you guys want to know how to sync it, if you guys didn't do it before, I'll just do it again. So if you hold this, on this you just need to hold the share button and the PlayStation button, and after a few seconds the controller will kind of flash, and then it'll, the light will get stable, and so will that one, and the controller will be connected. So I'm going to show you a little bit of kind of how it works in a game. So I'm going to put the two controllers down here. 1 second, guys. Just going to move this stuff over there. I'm going to move my console, and I'm going to put the controller down here. 1 second, guys. Give me 2 seconds. And here we go. So I'm going to have two controllers here, and I'm going to go into Mario Kart World, okay? And I have the game already open, but I'm going to leave this race because I want to show you guys from the start how this works. So, yeah, so I have my both controllers here. And, for example, I'm going to go into a multiplayer player game. So, I guess I have to use the Xbox controller because you'll see that I can't do it with this and stuff. So, I guess this is like the main controller. I think this is player 1. So, yeah. You'll have to do it with the player 1 controller, I think. So if I go into this and I press on the Grand Prix, you'll see that on the on the left, you'll see that I'm able to select the character using the Xbox controller, and you'll see on the right I'm able to select the character using the PlayStation controller. So I'm going to select Luigi on this side, right, and then select his car, ready. I'm going to select Mario on this side, and select the car, and now it's ready. And I don't really get what this is, but I'm just going to press the button. I'm just going to continue because I don't really care. But anyway, once I load in, so now you'll see that the game is now loading, and when it finishes loading, you'll see that when the race starts, you'll see that on the right, on the left actually, this is player 1. On the left, I'm able to control Mario. I can, press that. I can move right, left, and I can do like this jumpy kind of thing. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I can do this jumpy thing and all of that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Pressing Y lets you change like the view and all of that. And if I get the DualSense, you'll see that pressing triangle lets me, switch camera. If I press X, it'll start driving. I can turn the camera. I can, if I start driving, I can, 1 second, I can move left and right. I can jump. I can do all of that stuff. So yeah, the controllers are now able to work. If I press the PlayStation button, it brings you out of the game. Pressing it again brings you into the game. If I do the same with the Xbox button, it brings you out of the game and brings you into the game. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll leave links in the description to where you can get the adapters. They're on Amazon. They're not too expensive, but I'll leave a link to where you can get them. And that's basically it. If you guys have questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try and help you. Just remember to have that setting on, because that's the main thing. You just have to have that setting on for it to work. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Stop! What? Wow, 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 wow.